Joining me today is the founder and CEO of SolarGRAF, Lennie Moreno. And before we kick things off, I just want to let everyone know that this is not an ad read and that I was actually using SolarGRAF well before I had even met Lennie. So if you're a solar installer and you haven't heard of SolarGRAF, I can't emphasize enough that you have to try them out. So having said all of that, Lennie, can you tell everyone your story and how SolarGRAF came into existence?
Yeah, thanks for the nice intro, Nick. So I used to be a contractor. Before that, I used to be a solar salesman on the road. So, I've been on the road, on the roof, in the attic, at the kitchen table, dealing with the city, the distributors, the financing companies. And at the same time, I was using a bunch of softwares to, try to run my business efficiently. So I started to build my own internally for my own solar installation company. And I figured that the product that I was building was probably more beneficial for the industry if I was going to provide it to all the local installers that are looking to be more efficient and more organized. So I've transitioned away from the installation business and I moved into the software business. Raised around $10 million. And now we have over 10,000 users on our platform. We're in over 40 states in the US. We're all over Canada. And we're currently a team of 65 people. And it's been quite the journey. We started in 2013 and, we're growing strong and we're adding new features literally every month, and we're getting all the feedback from the market, and so far so good. We've been able to help the market during this pandemic.
Awesome. And hey, having said that, that was a perfect segue to my next question for you. What is your advice to installers right now while all of this is going on? I know this is something you've talked about quite a bit lately. But for the installers out there who maybe haven't heard you speak yet, what do you advise they do during these times?
Well, my advice, don't it doesn't limit itself to just being an installer. It's really about life in general and like what you're doing in general. I think it's important to pivot and to, put things into perspective and find a way to, look in the mirror and, you have a bit of time now. So it's good to think about how you were doing things and how you can do things better. And it's not only in the business side, but also on the personal side. I know I've been doing some work, as well, which was crucial for me to graduate to the next level of just becoming a better version of myself. So, that being said, if you move that into solar and software, I mean, my general cry is, hey, if you're not using technology or software and you're installing or you're selling solar or you're financing solar, like you absolutely need to get on the bandwagon because we're just seeing it. Like the people that are using technology, they've been a lot less affected than the ones that were not. We've seen all the companies that were relying on door-to-door and canvassing versus the ones that were doing remote sales, how they're doing in comparison to last year. So we're just compiling all the numbers and we're realizing how crucial it is to have a remote software solution that is not just good for your for your remote selling, but that's also mobile friendly once the lockdown is lifted, and then you have the tool that you can bring on your mobile device or on your tablet, so you can now have two ways of getting new business, new leads, staying organized, all within the same platform. So I'll tell you my advice, other than graduating to a better version of ourselves, is really to focus on making your process more streamlined, more efficient. And I think that technology has a huge part to play in that. So we're lucky to be in our position, and we've been providing value to thousands of dealers, and we will continue to do so.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And technology definitely is playing a pivotal role right now. So when you were starting off, you didn't just get this technology out of nowhere. For other entrepreneurs out there, what was your biggest challenge when you were first starting your business? What was that big obstacle that you overcame, and that you look back on today and going, man, I'm so glad I stuck with it and I made it over that hump. What was that story for you?
Wow. I don't know. Do you have like 3 days?
I've got a couple minutes, so try to give us the spark notes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it all comes down to you believing that you're doing the right thing. So obstacles will always come. Even today, there's always obstacles. If your gut and your instinct and your heart tells you like, hey, I know that I'm doing the things for the right reasons and I don't have any malicious intent, and I genuinely want to bring positivity, optimism, and value to the people in the market around me, then I just follow through with whatever that I want to do. And I believe that this is what Sofdesk is doing. The Sofdesk team believes that this is what we're doing. And I think it's one of the crucial things that makes that we're a team that, there was no layoff during COVID-19. There was no question of a layoff. It was about sticking together, performing together. And, I think that it's a great lesson learned is really to surround yourself with people that believes in the vision, that believes in the mission, and to most importantly, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you in all the areas that you're not the smartest. So that was really, I think, key for our team to succeed. Is I had to let go of my ego and realize that I'm not the best at everything. Like, I cannot micromanage. I need to get people that this is what they do, this is what they've been doing, they have a track record of doing it, and it's been good to do that. Once you let go of your ego, the weight off your shoulders, man. It's and I'm not saying that I have completely let go, but I can say with confidence that I have worked hard on it, so I can always make the best decision for Sofdesk, not for myself and how I'm being seen or perceived in the media and social media, whatever. It's really about what's best for Sofdesk, and then everything else is just it's other things that I value, but that I do for myself.
That's so awesome, man. And you really have built such an awesome culture. And I've gotten to know other people on the team outside of you, and I know they absolutely appreciate what you've done as far as building the culture and allowing everyone to show up and be themselves. It's just such a cool environment that you've created. And it's no surprise to me that you've been able to grow your business the way you have, because people genuinely enjoy doing what they do, working with you and working with Sofdesk. So way to go, man. I really mean that. That really is awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Sure thing. So back to the SolarGRAF side of things. If we were to look at the marketplace, there's all sorts of proposal tools and design tools out there, and you very quickly have separated yourself from the pack. Can you maybe elaborate a little bit on what separates you from other proposal and design services that are out in the market right now?
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty it's pretty obvious when you use it, when you use our tool versus another tool. You can see that it was built by someone who was actually on the field, who actually did everything from generating leads to being on the road to being at the kitchen table in the attic and project management and financing. Like, I've done everything from A to Z when I owned, my installation business. So all the years of experience really comes from that. And when you're a dealer and you start to use SolarGRAF, you're like, okay, like you can see how it's crucial to have all the easy to use features, the usability, how intuitive it is, and most importantly, if you compare us to most of the proposal tools, we're not a proposal tool. We're an end-to-end tool. The proposal tool and the design is only a fraction of what SolarGRAF offers. Like we offer everything from, the lead disposition, to the project management, to the design, the proposal, the e-sign, the permitting, the financing, the project management, assigning tasks, the activity of everyone, the data. So it goes much deeper than just a proposal tool, and we're cheaper than most proposal tools that all they do is proposal tools.
And far easier to use, may I add, from personal experience.
Correct, and I appreciate that. It was done with the thought of, I drove from Montreal to LA to Miami, back to Montreal, meeting contractors in every state. And one of the common theme was that, technology was not on the forefront of what they were doing on a day-to-day. So I needed to bring that reality back into making the most optimal, intuitive, easy-to-use tool so that even someone who is not really familiar with technology could easily use, because it's really intuitive. So that was really one of the key things that made us successful as well, I would say.
Awesome, man. Well, on that note, what was your biggest accomplishment to date, and where do you want to see yourself and the company 5 years from now?
Well, biggest accomplishment, if we stay on the business side of things, I would say that it's really to have built a team that I feel that everyone at Softdesk can truly be who they are fundamentally, and they don't have to play no role, they don't have to play no games, they don't have to come dressed in a certain way at 9 and then leave at 5 and dress another way. It's like people are genuinely themselves, and we've built a culture that really transcends what I believe life is about, and it's really about finding our uniqueness and how important it is to embrace the experience that we have as the human beings that we have, for that period of time, and not brush it to the side because we want to please everyone around us. It's like, it's important for us to embrace how unique we are, and we've really worked hard to make sure that everybody understands that, which makes people a lot happier. We have like surveys that goes once a week anonymously, and people can answer anonymously about just various things. And the level of happiness in this company is unbelievable. And, with that, everything else comes along. It's like, if solar doesn't work out, or if roofing doesn't work out, or if, there's no more pavements that are being installed, or fencing or whatever, it's like, I know I have a team that, like, we can do whatever. It's really about focusing on how solid your team is. And that's what we've been doing, and that's what we'll keep on doing. So that's the biggest accomplishment, I would say. What was the other one?
5 years from now, where would you like to be?
Yeah. I mean, we tend to take things like on a day-to-day basis. We have our daily structured meetings. Even like from home, we're super well organized. Like, we've hired 9 people while we're from home.
That's awesome.
So, we can't tell what will happen 5 years from now, but what is guaranteed is that Softdesk will have left its mark in the solar industry, in the roofing industry, in the Montreal community, and probably even all of North America. So I'm very proud of what we've accomplished so far.
Definitely. And Jeremy, if you want to take yourself off mute for a second, Lennie, we can relate to what you were talking about, where it's like, wow, 5 years seems a little bit down the road, but we have a little philosophy as far as how the day-to-day goes. Jeremy, what's my favorite line that I learned from you about 6 months ago?
Yeah, and I'm glad it's sunk in as much as it did. It's plan the work, then work the plan.
That's it, right? Nice and easy, and just take it day by day, and you consistently do the things that need to be done, and the sky's the limit. That's how we view it.
You're absolutely right. As long as you always have a strat plan that you can look back and say, this is where every effort needs to be centralized. It's like we've all agreed earlier that this is the plan. Let's just make it happen. You guys are right about that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's wrap things up here. Lennie, how can the people get a hold of someone at SolarGRAF and give this a try if they've never heard of you guys?
Well, they simply need to just go on SolarGRAF.com. SolarGRAF with an F at the end, not a PH. And essentially, they'll have someone to reach out, and we'll be happy to do a free demo, show you all the components. You can also look out for us on any of the upcoming webinars. I mean, we've done Green Tech Media, Solar Power World, now PV Mad. We're doing PV Buzz as well. We're doing another Solar Power World. So, we're a bit all over the place. But, look for SolarGRAF. Also on NAPSEP, we have an accredited course there as well. But, if you're looking to scale your business, boost your business as a contractor, a dealer, or even a solar sales organization, we'll be happy to provide value. And then on the flip side, an important thing to mention is if you're a manufacturer, a distributor, or a lender, we also do these white label solutions that we've launched last October. We have one of our biggest clients, Generac, that has seen a tremendous growth in their dealer base, their sales, the number of projects created, the mark that they're leaving in the industry, and a lot of it is really thanks to the technology. So if you're a manufacturer, distributor, or lender that's looking to provide value to your network of dealers, we have custom solutions for you, and we'll be happy to show you how it goes.
Awesome. Lennie, I appreciate you doing this with us today, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, and you're mostly welcome.
All right.
All right, guys. See ya.
Thanks, Lennie.